I did drift away there. I was imagining eating the pie. I'm sorry. I'm getting hungry. The smell's coming from our kitchen. It's insane. But we really have been taking a flight of fancy this morning. Before the break, we were chatting to Josie, our most traveled friend in the world. Obviously here representing Imagine Cruising, who have been sharing the details of what sounds like the most charming, magical places we can explore in Venice during a two-night hotel stay, just to kick off our cruise. A fantastic destination we'll visit during a cruise around the Mediterranean. In fact, a number of unbelievable destinations, all starting from a phenomenal price of just 19,999 Rand per person. That includes your flights and taxes, the hotel stay for 2 nights, and your cruise with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And snacks. Got to throw in the snacks, and that departs in November 2020. Josie, you're blowing my mind with this one. The price is obviously just incredible because it's so accessible. I think someone who's wanting to experience a range of destinations, it really has hit from like a bolt from the blue that a cruise is the perfect way to do it, because you don't just have one destination, you have a number of destinations and you're guided through it, but you unpack once and then you just chill out and you have the adventure. You can go back to the safety and kind of relaxation of your little holiday bubble. How do you do this? As someone who's been to a few of these destinations, who has lived this kind of part of the world, how do you pick a highlight? What do you think would be the most magical part of this enchanting cruise?
You know, I'll start off and say that I think Venice as the starting ground and having enough time to explore on foot in the hotel stays is a great way to start this.
You almost need those 2 days.
You do. And then obviously from the 7-night cruise, I think the 2 highlights, if I had to choose, which is very tricky, you always do this.
Impossible.
Would probably be Kotor in Montenegro as the first point. I mean, it is one of the most beautiful bays in the world and is famed for that. So I think the natural beauty there is incredible. Sort of a medieval old town that you can really just sort of explore on foot is awesome. And then while you're there, there's a few things that you've got to do. So you can explore St. John's Fortress. If you're feeling like you've had too many snacks on board, there's 1,350 steps to get you to the top, so you're going to be working and burning off everything.
But the view will be worth it.
The views are incredible. I mean, it's just like nothing else on earth. So I think for me, this is a chance to also have like a lot of the sort of local vibe, smoked ham, cheeses, olives, sit back, soak it up. This is like nowhere else in terms of natural beauty and where it's sort of sandwiched between. And then the other one would probably have to be Athens, for the sort of flip side of it, sort of the cradle stone of the Western world, so to speak, and steeped in history. The Acropolis obviously is the defining feature of the skyline, and that hasn't changed for thousands and thousands of years. But the city around it has really come to life, so little pockets and open air, sort of places where you can go and have wines and enjoy, and that really has. So there's a bit of a contrast in terms of vibe, and then the sort of like the ancient ruins. And then obviously being here, you should probably try and add to that itinerary to get to Plaka, which is the sort of oldest neighborhood within Athens, for a completely different vibe. So lots of exploring, great to tick off a few things, but in these places you don't need an agenda. It's what we always talk about. That's the definition of tourist versus traveler for me, as someone who just, you know, kind of wings it, make some friends, get some tips along the way, try something, ask people for recommendations. Just immerse yourself in this sort of once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and a great way of seeing a lot of Europe for little to nothing, really, honestly.
And I think that's when you get the stories. That's when you get that kind of narrative when you come back and you say, oh, you won't believe the guy that we met when I went down the street and I did this thing. But it's not lost on me that you're repeating a journey that for thousands of years, travelers from all over the world have been going to these destinations because they are that amazing. This is beautiful. Wow.
So nice to see you.
Get on a ship and get out of town, man. Oh, you have it. 9 nights across the magical Mediterranean, a hotel stay in the beautiful and very romantic Venice with a 7-night cruise around Italy and Greece with some truly amazing destinations. Your cruise on board the Costa Deliziosa is completely full board, so you'll enjoy breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. I keep reiterating all of that on board, with the price also including flights and taxes and your hotel stay, all an unbelievable package at 19,999 Rand. per person, starting with that inside cabin departing this unbelievable price, November 2020. This holiday also has dates from April right the way through to November. So look for the right option. Plan the season that you want and get on it right now. 0861 777 245. That is the number that you need to dial right now. It could be a life-changing cruise.